Saxon Algebra 1/2, lesson 63. We're going to talk about rate problems today. Oh, we've been working on these. I think you'll find this fairly straightforward. They drive me a little crazy, these rate problems, because there's multiple ways to teach them to you, so I always have to think about which is going to be the easiest way for you to understand it. So let me tell you this, if these problems are driving you a little bit crazy, let's talk about it in the videos, because I can teach this to you in multiple other ways if this way is just seeming hopelessly confusing or not making sense to you. So let's talk about it if you feel like these are annoying. Or not just annoying, because it's okay if they're annoying. If you're having a hard time wrapping your head around them. How about that? Confer with Lala, Jamie, and Chloe. Chloe, by the way, Chloe the fox is Alexis's math mammal. If you didn't already know that, you may know that already. So check in with them, see how they feel about this method, and then we'll talk. All right, Prince Charming, all right. Prince Charming traveled 60 leagues in 2 days. Then he doubled his rate. How long would it take him to go 300 leagues at this new speed? Now, I'll tell you right now, I don't know how far a league is. So I have no idea if 60 leagues... Grace just dropped her bone on the floor. In 2 days, I don't know if that's fast or slow. I know that it's a rate that can be written 2 ways. Right? All right, there's 2 ways we can write that rate. And we can reduce this number, right? We can write it as 30 leagues in 1 day, or 1 day for 30 leagues. Okay, we reduce the rates whenever we can. Now he doubles his rate. Okay, so how do you double it? Do you double both of those numbers? No, that would take us right back to where we were. When you double the rate, that means you can go twice as far in the same amount of time. So double the rate means twice as far. Twice as far because our rate is about traveling a distance. I'll show you when we change the rate for the next problem will give us another example. And I'll just write this now. It can also mean twice as fast. Okay? So double the rate means 60 leagues in 1 day, right? I doubled the top number and left the bottom number the same. Or it can mean in 1 day, or actually Prince Charming, will travel 60 leagues. Okay, so this is the original rate. And this is the doubled rate. Okay, good to know. Now let's see. He says, how long would it take him to go 300 leagues at this new speed? So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our doubled rates and we're going to put it in this box and we're going to multiply it by 300 leagues, and that's going to tell us a certain number of days. What that means is we want the rate with leagues on the bottom, because then the leagues will cancel and we'll be left with days. So this is the one we would like. 1 day, 60 leagues. I'm going to abbreviate it as LEA. Now the leagues will cancel. We're left with days on top. And our answer is 300 divided by 60, which equals 5 days. And that makes sense, doesn't it? Because if he's going 60 leagues in 1 day, then 5 days, yeah, that sounds logical. Okay. That's the right answer. All right, making sense? Let's go to the next problem. It's a page flipper. There are 3 problems in this lesson. Oh, wait, it's not 60. It's 63.2. There. Okay, the machine could cap 500 bottles in 2 hours. Oh, that also means for every 2 hours, it's 500 bottles. This is the original. Then it says, if the rate of the machine were tripled, whoa, got the mechanics in to fix that. Okay, so this first, let's reduce it, right? This would be 250 over 1 over 250. Now tripling it, remember it means, what did I say here? Twice as far or twice as fast. Okay, double the rate means twice as fast. So our machine is going faster. That means it's doing more bottles every hour. So we're tripling it. So that means 750 bottles for every 1 hour. And 1 hour gives us 750 bottles. I'm just using B to abbreviate. All right, so those are our 2 rates. I'm going to box our rates. I don't like to put clouds around them. Puffy clouds of knowledge are reserved for important concepts or things we want to memorize. It's not for part of a problem. How dare I misuse the puffy cloud of knowledge? You guys, that is sacrilege. How could I? I apologize. I am ashamed. I am grievously embarrassed. Okay, if the rate were tripled, how many bottles could be capped in 10 hours? Okay, so that means we're going to multiply something by 10 hours, and that answer is going to be in terms of bottles. I'll write it out so we remember. So that means we want hours on the bottom. That would be this one. 1 hour, 750 bottles. Right? This is over 1. We can put it over there if that helps. There's nothing to cancel. Oh, well, we can cancel the unit. Bottles, yay. So it's 750 times 10. So I'm just going to write 750. I'll multiply it in my head. 7,500 bottles is the correct answer. Yay! Okay. I do believe in celebrating. You should get up and do like a touchdown dance whenever you get a problem right. That would be a great idea, but number 1, that would add a lot of time to your math, wouldn't it? If you like got up and, high-fived, ran around, did a cartwheel, whatever it takes. All right, 3rd problem. Are you ready? I'm doing a touchdown dance in my head. Let's just say that. I'm doing one of the Seahawks, when they synchronize and do the little dance. That's what I'm thinking. Raul ran 6 miles in 2 hours. All right, I'm just going to write both of them right now. This is the original rate. So that means it's also 2 hours for every 6 miles. I can reduce that. 3 and 1. 1 and 3. Put a box around it. Now, what do you bet that Raul's going to have his Wheaties? Do you guys even know that commercial, that reference? Okay, Wheaties is a breakfast cereal, right? And there used to be commercials where someone was trying to do something athletic and they wimped out. And then somebody else, they try to hit the baseball and it just fizzles out in front of home plate. And then somebody else comes up and cracks a home run over the fence. And they turn to the person who was the loser and said, should have had your Wheaties, because if you eat your Wheaties for breakfast, you'll be the best. Okay, caught you up on a little 70s advertising genius. All right, then he ran 20 miles in 4 hours. Oh, so this is a new rate, but we don't know what it did. He ran 20 miles in 4 hours. Okay, let's write that the other way. Okay, we can reduce it, right? So that'll be 5 and 1. We're dividing them both by 4. 1 and 5. Okay. By how much did his rate increase? Okay, so it went from 3 miles per 1 hour, and then it went up to 5 miles per 1 hour. Since all of this is the same, the unit and the amount of time, we can just subtract, and we can see he increased by 2 miles per hour. That's the answer. Okay? So sometimes we say doubled or tripled, but we can also say, oh, he just increased by 2 miles per hour. That's what this guy did. And we did it by getting each of the rates. It was very important that we got it down to the same per 1 hour. If the amount of time didn't match, we couldn't really compare those very well. So it's important that those matched. All right. Again, I'll say this again. I already said it like 85 times, but I don't have your little faces in front of me. Your faces aren't little. Your faces are full size. But I don't have your faces in front of me where I can see your lights going on in your eyes. So I have to repeat myself more times and annoy you and annoy myself. It's just part of the magic. That is COVID. We'll talk about these in our video chat this week and see how you feel about them. All right, that's the end of 63. Goodbye.